There is definitely something alluring about the subcompact SUV segment in India. A lot of car manufacturers want a piece of the action, and so does Renault. Barely months after the launch of the Nissan Magnite, has Renault come up with its own subcompact SUV, the Kiger. Yes, I refer to the Magnite because the Kiger is underpinned by the same CMF A Plus platform which is also present on the Triber and the Magnite. The Kiger is to the Magnite what the Sonet is to the Venue, brother from another mother if you will. With the coming of the Kiger, you have 9 subcompact SUVs to choose from. So, we tell you whether this car is worth your consideration or not. Straight off the bat, the Renault Kiger comes across as a handsome SUV. Renault did well to offer a very distinct look on the Kiger, one which is suave and typically European. I mean, the front end, while busy, is neatly done, especially the wing-shaped grille, sleek LED daytime running lights and the low-mounted tri-cube LED headlights. Quite stylishly done. Then, you have the cool-looking bumper, a skid plate and that butch-looking sculpted bumper at the rear. Swing your way to the profile, the 16-inch alloy wheels look stylish, housed in square wheel arches. Then you have the black cladding all over and the roof rails hugging the slightly sloping roofline. Well, Renault is calling it an SUV coupe. Make of it what you will. At the rear, you have these C-shaped LED tail lights, muscular haunches on the rear wheels, a thick blacked out C-pillar and an integrated rear spoiler. So yes, the Kiger is a handsome looking car and we are happy to tell you that the cabin itself is done quite nicely. Yes, there is a lot of plastics, the quality is decent, it could have been better, and the dashboard has this layered feel to it, but it doesn't look quite busy. The steering itself, it feels chunky to hold, and behind the steering is a digital 7-inch instrument console. It has changeable skins, so that's one cool thing. The party piece here is this 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system which gets wireless smartphone connectivity, borrowed from the Magnite of course, and overall you get this sense of space inside the cabin. Switches, steering wheel etc. are the same as on the Triber, so nothing new there. Renault offers 5 accessory packs for the Kiger, which includes features like wireless charging pad and a PM 2.5 air purifier among other fitments. Top trims also get white ambient lighting along with 3D Arcamus sound system. The Kiger misses out on a sunroof though, which is something that is catching on in this segment. And there is no connected car tech either, a big miss perhaps. In terms of safety, the Kiger gets 4 airbags on the top trim along with ABS and ESC. The middle seat at the rear gets a lap belt. There's also a rear parking camera on the top trim. Renault has done well to offer good space for rear seat passengers inside the Kiger. I mean, look at this, the amount of knee room that you have. The front driver's seat, it has been adjusted according to my driving position, and I am about 5'8", so you can see the amount of knee room that the passenger gets. Apart from that, despite the fact that the SUV has a sloping roofline, there's enough headroom here. Even a 6-foot passenger will be comfortable at the rear. And the good part is, you get a armrest and you get a holder for your mobile phone as well. So there's a nice sense of airiness at the rear. You will not feel claustrophobic, and of course 3 passengers, they can sit abreast at the rear seat because Renault says that the rear bench has the best in class elbow room. There is a total of 29 liters of space inside the cabin, which is impressive. And more importantly, the boot space is a massive 405 liters, which is best in class. Straight off, there is a nice commanding view of the road from the driver's perch, because the ride height of the Kiger is slightly on the taller side, and that's a good thing. It gives you that SUV-ish feel, so that's a good point. And we are driving the 1-liter turbo variant of the Kiger. There's a 5-speed manual gearbox. This model also has a CVT option, but today we are driving the 5-speed manual with the 1-liter turbo engine. As far as the engine is concerned, it isn't the most refined unit out there, but it isn't bothersome either. There's the slightest hint of turbo lag right at the bottom end, but again, you wouldn't notice it that much really. What is more glaring is the lack of punch at the top end, because this is a low displacement engine, and right at the top end when you're like doing triple digit speeds, you don't have that kind of punch that you would need if you're driving on the highway and if you want to overtake a slow moving vehicle. So that's one thing. And the NVH levels, they're quite contained, so you do have that sense of refinement inside the cabin. But the engine itself, it's a 3-pot unit, so like I told you earlier, it's not the most refined engine that's out there. Renault has nicely tuned the suspension on the Kiger. It's a plush riding car, and it soaks up all the bumps, undulations quite nicely. And that is something the Kiger has in common with other Renault cars on offer. Apart from that, as far as handling is concerned, the feedback from the steering is slightly low. It feels dead. Of course, it's an electronic steering. But what you do have rather are 3 driving modes, which are normal, eco and sport. So we spoke to Renault engineers, and they say that depending on the mode you choose, the sensitivity of the throttle and the weight of the steering, they differ. Of course, if you are selecting the sport mode, then the steering weighs up nicely and the throttle is a little more sensitive, and so on and so forth when you toggle between the normal and eco modes. The handling of the Kiger is not exactly great. If you do want to go corner carving, you would like to do it at a sedate pace, not quite fast, because the Kiger has pronounced body rolls. And apart from that, yes, it does offer a good driving experience. So that way, the overall driving experience of the Kiger is quite nice. The Renault Kiger has an unladen ground clearance of 205 mm, which is at par with other SUVs in the segment. When Renault said it is going to price the Kiger aggressively, the company meant it. With a starting price of 5,45,000 rupees and the top spec model priced well below 10 lakh rupees, the Kiger gets its pricing spot on. With starting prices considered, it is the most affordable subcompact SUV in the segment. In fact, the top spec turbo models of the Kia Sonet and the Hyundai Venue are more than 2 lakh rupees expensive than the top variants of the Kiger. I mean, look at the overall package. Handsome looks, decent driving experience, and features that are adequate enough. The value for money quotient with the Kiger is quite high. thanks to its excellent pricing and enough trim options to choose from. Yes, the subcompact SUV space is really crowded in India, but the Kiger has what it takes to jostle around and make some space for itself.